So, a lot of people have asked me, Helga, are you against passport bros now? And my answer is, no, I am not against passport bros. I understand that passport bros are going to certain countries to find certain women. But I mentioned in the past many times that I don't fully support all the passport bros. You know why? Because not all of them are kings. Meaning, not all passport bros are going to the Philippines or certain countries to find quality women. And guys, I got tired of fights and arguments here on social media. You know why? Because it's overwhelming and it's never ending. And as I mentioned in the past, I was guilty of that too. And the thing that I don't like and appreciate is, I don't appreciate those men who are going too far. So you guys, if you want to go to the Philippines or in Asia to find certain women because you appreciate their culture and other things, you can do that. Yes, you can. But we should stop bashing and degrading all the women in the Western world, especially black women. Many of the passport bros and the other men are going way, way too far. It's too far that you have no respect for women in general. I mean, it's okay to compare the difference between Asian or Filipinas versus black women or Western women. That's okay. But when we are putting all the Western women, especially black women, down by degrading them and disrespecting them, then that's unacceptable. You can't say all black women are, because that is not true. You say a lot of disrespecting words against black women. But you have to understand that your great-great-grandmother, your grandmother, your mother, your sister, your daughters are black. So when you say black women this, black women that, you're including your entire relatives. But you're not thinking that your daughter is also black. And that is why I want to stop this drama, because for me, it is not right anymore, guys. I have so much respect for quality men, especially black men, but it doesn't mean I have to disrespect all black women. Number one person who inspired me a lot is Oprah. And therefore, I have so much respect for Oprah because I consider her my God. And my late husband, Tupac, he has a lot of respect for certain women, especially his mom. So we need to stop degrading women now. Just go to the Philippines or Asia to find the women of your dream. Okay, guys, I still love you.
All right, not for an instant. All right, maybe it was just a weird, stilted way that she spoke. It's almost scripted and whatnot. Maybe it was that way and shit, but I wasn't going to judge. And I wasn't going to say anything and whatnot. I know tons of Philippine women, okay? Just from my working experience alone, okay? I know them. They come in all shades and colors and whatnot. And one of my favorite people that was ever in charge of me, you know, one of my favorite bosses was a Philippine woman and shit, okay? She had my back, all right? She had my back. You know, I don't feel a certain way, you know? Is she a chameleon? Yeah, she's a goddamn chameleon and shit, as far as I'm concerned. You know, I'm not mad about it or anything. And I don't think anyone should feel betrayed by it, okay? You can look at it one way. She was, well, maybe she was, you know, working on, maybe this is just her gimmick, okay? You know, I saw in one of these videos, somebody mentioned that she had some kind of dating websites that she was rolling out, and that she's not actually in the Philippines, but she's a Canadian woman or something, or a Canadian immigrant. I don't really give a damn, okay? I don't care. There's good and bad Filipinos, okay? And from what I've experienced, I don't have a problem with Philippine people, you know, not even, you know. And I met some good ones, and I met some assholes that I won't put my foot up in them, okay? Like, literally, I won't put my foot up in they shit, you know. But, like, this woman is doing what she's doing and shit, and that's all good, okay? Because we all know that, you know, a good majority of, you know, the female contingent of our community is extremely duplicitous. You cannot trust them worth shit, okay? Can't trust them worth shit, all right? I posit that they're already stabbing her in the back and calling her, a bunch of racist names, you know. And she said that, now she wants to stand up and, speak out against verbal abuse of women and shit. She has no, she doesn't understand the complex nature of our in the social and in the personal, you know, construct over here in the states. All right, in the colonies, she doesn't understand our ethnicity. All right, she doesn't understand that these women have had control of our community and whatnot, and they have oversight from the minority majority. All right, that they sit in the highest seats of power in the country, and they outnumber the men and shit on many academic and levels and otherwise. Okay, all right. And that posits to say that a lot of black women earn more money than black men and shit. But maybe I was wrong. I don't have a metric for it. I'm not upset or whatnot. I never really took her serious. Like when she was saying that thing about black kings, I didn't believe it for a minute. All right, I've seen Filipino, with black men. Okay, and they don't act like that. Okay, I've seen Filipinos with black men. They can be good wives. They're really good wives, and they take care of the household and the children and the men. I know that much. I've seen it. I've seen a Filipino woman hold down two jobs and take care of her kids and her husband daily and shit with no problem. She never bitched about it or nothing or whatnot. No, most I ever heard her complain was like when she was talking to her kid about like being a doctor or something. And she was like, "Oh, I want him to be a doctor," and their son wanted to be like a fucking MMA fighter and shit. It was hilarious and shit. And I have a lot of Filipino friends that I cherish that friendship. I'm telling you, this girl be down for this kind of female that if you like had a motorcycle or something and one helmet, she will put the fucking helmet on your head and hold on for dear life and then just trust you. That's something you can't. To a black man and shit, it's something that brings a tear to your eye and shit. Okay, and I don't care if this woman has decided to align herself with women that will stab her in the back, women that are historically known to be duplicitous and, you know, in the worst way these days. Not even not making no bones about that shit. When we brothers look at this kind of shit, and then we hear our women talking shit and then talking up this bullshit, oh, everyone's picking on us narrative and shit. We just laugh our fucking ass off. It's just like that, when we look into black women, like with some bullshit, we always side eye the shit they do because they stab you on the fucking back and shit. No matter what, it could be years and years, and then they'll just pull the trigger on your fucking ass. Any woman is capable of doing that shit, but they're most likely to do it and shit. That's why they sit at the bottom of preferred women, for, dating across the racial diaspora and shit, okay? Then down at the bottom there, below Chinese men and shit. Now, I didn't make that shit up. Okay, that was the minority majority. That's their data and shit, okay? They're the most duplicitous women on the planet and shit. Can't really trust them and shit unless they are going against black men and shit. So, I guess she was making a power move and shit. She came out, she made a few, somewhat slightly hilarious videos because like when she was saying all this shit about protect me, my black queen kings or whatever. And she was saying that shit. I thought it was slightly humorous and shit. I never took her serious and whatnot. There's two other female. I took Filipina P at her word, and I took the other woman whose name I can't remember. I think his name Jane something. Like the one older Filipino lady that really gave it to. She really gave it to the sisters, man. She gutted their ass where they live. And she looked like somebody that if like a black woman told her, "Oh, well, meet me here," she'll show up early. She'll show up early, be like, "Hey, where you at, bitch?" with her phone to her ear. Like, "Hey, come down here and get these hands." You know? And that's the kind of Filipina that, I'm reminded of when I talk about, that I do have Filipino friends. I have Filipino friends like that. I got a friend, from the past, I'm out of that work area. I'm not in that job anymore. I used to have a friend, and she was the sweetest, I mean, the sweetest, nicest woman, very petite, a lot of people are mistaken her for some other kind of Asian, like, maybe a Chinese woman or something, but she was Filipino and whatnot. And she, if you push her, she will fuck you up so bad. She will fuck you up. It's so bad that, not, I never seen her do anything physical or nothing, but I seen her face cloud over, and it's just a look that, we know in our ethnic community, like, that's the, look where you say, hey, you better leave them alone and shit. I was with her, and a black woman was losing it and shit and just throwing like a Karen like tantrum in public and shit. And she started yelling at me. And then she called her like a racial slur for an Asian or something. She said some messed up shit. No girl's face, she was still smiling, her face clouded over. And she said, I don't want to hear that. That's what she told the black woman. And she didn't say shit else. And she looked her dead in the eye. And this sister was a big Macy Gray looking chick. She shut herself down. She knew that look too. When I look at this woman, I didn't see that fucking look and shit. I just saw somebody, maybe she's looking for clout or something. There's a ton of people out here looking for fucking clout and shit. And who gives a good goddamn and shit, okay? All right? Who gives a good damn? I have empathy. I'm a human being, you know? And this woman is a chameleon and shit. I really don't give a fuck and shit. Because, like I said, I know some goddamn good Filipino women that will have your back and shit, and it will bring a tear to your eye because you know how you were treated, in your formative years growing up, how they treat us to take abuse and, they browbeat us and just put the weight of the world on us and give us unrealistic expectations. And then when you like, get squeezed out, it's like squeezing a bottle and you pop out and shit, and you're in some other community and shit, and a woman treats you the way some of these, Asian women treat you and shit. It affects you. You have an emotional reaction to it initially. And then you're like, hey, this is ride or die. I'll do anything for this girl. And then when the other women see you, they get mad because they realize that the jig is up and shit. I came to this realization years ago, years ago. All right? This woman she's a fucking chameleon and shit. And as you can tell by my tone, it doesn't bother me one bit and shit. Historically in our community, we've always had people coming in from outside of it for their own benefit or their own reasons and shit, muddying the waters, and then they say, look at me, ha ha ha, I'm really a bad guy. It's like wrestling. I turn heel and shit. It's like I'm a bad guy now. I'm all brand new. I'm like, okay, cool. All right. Hey, what can I say and shit? Normally I look at her, maybe, check her out and tell her Mangandang Dalaga. No, yeah, tell her Mangandang Dalaga. You know, just say, I don't know. I don't know. Salamat.
All these podcasts of men saying like women don't bring anything to the table, women don't do anything, these modern women ain't shit. If y'all want to fuck a man, just say that. You don't gotta make a podcast to say how you really feel because it's starting to get suspicious. Either y'all want to deal with women in their bullshit or you don't, and you want to deal with a man. What is your other options? Y'all be talking like y'all got other options. What are you gonna do? Date a fish? Shut the fuck up and deal with it like we have to.
So, a lot of people have asked me, Helga, are you against
Come on, man.
Please.
No.
Please. I'm getting your feet.
No.
Please. Please.
Come on, man.
Please. Please. I'm
Stop.
sorry.
Get
Please.
up, man. Get up.
Please. 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 Please.
No.
Please.
Stop,
Get your
man.
feet. Please.
No.
Please. Please.
Let me go.
Please.